from the country who produced the first man that climbed Mount Everest.
Keep going, nearly there, you're right there.
We have so many examples of people coming out of this very small corner of the earth that do great things. The number 8 wired attitude, where you've just got to piece it together and make do and forge ahead. Make it up, find it. If it's not there, then invent it.
Drive again, double legs bear!
MMA is the fastest growing sport in the world.
Slam! Get up!
And being a Kiwi has 100% got to do with the success of City Kickboxing and its establishment on the world scene in the UFC, which was our Mount Everest.
Fight the hands! Find your feet! You gotta get up, bro!
I come from that culture, and that culture is what drove us to reach these heights.
Put a fork in him, boys. He's cooked.
Hey guys, super excited to announce that for the first time in City Kickboxing history, we're offering a scholarship. The scholarship will allow you to be a fully fledged member of the City Kickboxing professional fight team. It will give you access to myself and all the coaches, access to the system that helped this team become one of the best teams in the world.
We have a competition for a place on the ZKB MMA team. Full-time, paid for a year. And we've got a lot of applications and we've sifted through the bunch and got the best candidates. And they're going to basically just try and impress me and the coaches for 8 weeks. And then we're going to choose one to win the grand prize, be a part of our team.
City Kickboxing, it's honestly like a dream. They've got Israel Adesanya, Carlos Oldberg coming up, Dan Hooker, just absolutely eradicating everybody. I want to train with them. I want to be at their level.
I'm definitely excited. City Kickboxing is probably the best gym in the world. You know, the first time I ever heard about it was when I was little and Dad was watching UFC and I watched Dan Hooker. So, you know, that was back in the day. And ever since then, you just see, you know, the growth I've had. They just take over everywhere they go.
Training for 8 weeks with all the big dogs and just embracing it all, just sleeping, training, eating, and then repeating that. It's probably my dream.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hey everybody. Welcome. This is the gym. This is just a building. This is just a shitty old building in the middle of Auckland. But what's important about the building is the people that are in it. The athletes, the families, the kids, their families that support them. That's what I want you guys to experience, that side of it. Because we've made this into a special place with special people. I just can't wait for you guys to be amongst those people as well.
I was pretty blessed to just stand in there and feel the mauri, the wairua of the gym, just to be a part of that, I suppose, greatness. I want growth within myself. I want to know that before I call it a day in my career that I came out and mixed it with the best fighters on the planet.
You are going to be a part of my professional fight team. And you are going to reap all the benefits of being a part of that team. But you also have to fully commit to that team and the professionalism that it takes to be the best in the world.
These 6 relentless contestants are some of the best up-and-coming talent in Australasia. And from day one, they'll be training alongside some of the most fierce MMA fighters in the world.
When I first walked into the gym, I seen Dan, Kai popped in there, Kieran Joplin,
kind of felt like I was, it finally arrived.
Okay, grab a partner, let's rock and roll. We just start moving around.
Eugene has this vision. My gym in Tahiti is a small gym. So when I returned to Tahiti, I could say to my friend, yeah, Eugene was my head coach for 8 weeks.
But these city kickboxing fight camps are no joke. The next 8 weeks are going to be a brutal initiation into the professional fight world. And if they're hoping to be eased into it, they're out of luck.
Start, straight away, let's go.
I asked my veteran fighters to make sure that they were always with one of them and not to go easy. I asked them to go as hard as they can.
So it's just top bottom, any position. Elbows inside. Gotta sacrifice a few punches. The hooks, block the hooks, block the hooks. Go back to your back. Go to your back. Go to your back before you get flattened out. Bump, bump, bump. Keep trying, keep trying. Work, change partner, change partner. 1 minute's recovery.
The hardest thing for me was feeling like a novice again, just being in there with some really high-class fighters and just feeling like I don't know what I'm doing at all.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hit him, hit him, hit him.
First day, he was pretty intimidating. Like, he coming in and you sort of fresh meat. Just got smashed. Nothing I tried would even budge him a bit.
Stand your ground, stay inside.
Dan Hooker, he's obviously a different breed of human, that fella.
Check the kick, roll with the shot. If you don't know how to fight inside, that's your problem. You're about to learn.
He got me right in the liver. I wasn't expecting it. Toe kick with his back leg. That's the first time I've curled over from a shot.
They're in for like a rude awakening. That's day one. We do this every single day, multiple times a day, 7 days a week.
Okay, shake hands, well done, shake hands.
I've trained all over the world. We got the hardest training camps in the world and we got the most workload. That's why we're the best gym. So like they all have their eyes opened to the level that they need to be training at if they want to do this for a living.
It's still week one for our contestants in the City Kickboxing Gym, and the pressure is intense. This is their initiation into the professional MMA world, so Eugene is utilising the skills of his top fighters to get the crew fighting fit.
This is Dan Hooker. Some of you have already been introduced through sparring. That's his favourite type of introduction. And this is Kieran Joblin. Kieran is one of New Zealand's most experienced lightweights, and they're actually going to take this session.
Yeah, we'll just get straight into sparring. So, nah. My mum's here, so I have to be nice to everyone.
Yeah, move around, just get your blood moving, get on your toes.
Dan Hooker, he was New Zealand's earliest representative at the UFC, and he's still going strong. He's still in the top 15. So he's going to take on a mentorship role. And then I also have Kieran Joblin. He's a guy who's had over 40 fights. He's been a perfect mentor because there's nothing Kieran hasn't done or seen in the sport so far.
You want to kick me, so I do this, bang. And you switch your feet, and I think it's there, bang. And then it doesn't come, and then you get me like on the offbeat sort of.
That's so surreal, like I have to pinch myself every morning.
Yeah, but you switch and you hold it.
They talk to us like so willing to give us all this information, stuff that they would have worked on their whole career, you know? I'm just soaking it all up while I can, because this is what I want to do. Welcome to Opotiki. It's actually sad the only time this place gets coverage or anything like that, it's always about gang-related stuff or bad stuff. There's a lot of nice things that happen in this town. Proud to say I'm from Opotiki, the little O. I got in a bit of trouble with coming of age. Violence, fighting. I just thought I was too tough. I went to jail for violence, so that was a bit of a eye-opener. Fighting in the streets, I've never had control over it. But now, you're going into the gym, you learn self-control, you learn discipline.
When I first met Jesse, quite a proud Māori boy, and took off his shirt, he had his tāmoko on, oh man, and he said, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. Scary looking guy, right? I put him against our black belts and some of the higher ranking guys, and then he was tapping out, getting choked out.
Oh my Lord. I think I tapped about 20 times in the first day, and I was way bigger than him. I've just changed my mentality a lot around fighting.
He's never lost a grappling tournament. He went into wrestling for the first time and kind of just walked through the divisions. He's just one of those 1 in a million kids. He's almost outgrown my gym. I think he needs to get to that next level. He needs to get to the Eugenes and the Dan Hookers. Even if he isn't quite up to par with some other guys in different parts of his fight game, he can adjust it really quick.
My early inkling is that Jesse is in the relatively beginning stages of his career. Some of these guys have been doing this for almost half of his actual life. That's the strength of the team, is that you're going against these well-established guys and you lose 9.5 times out of 10. But that half win you got, that is what you need to take away from it, not the 9.5 times you lost.
Since I started training, this was always going to be the next step. City kickboxing, trying to be the best.
Minute's done.
I've just got this fire in me to excel in this. Everyone's trying to achieve the same goal, obviously win the scholarship. And credential-wise, looking at these guys and their fight history, I'm like, holy heck, you know, they've definitely got a chance to win this, but I'm a competitive person. And like, when I started in our gym, I was getting beaten and I worked my way up to the top. So now I'm in the next pool where I'm getting beaten, and all I'm going to do is work my way to the top here as well.
During their 8 weeks on the Relentless Fight Camp, these competitors will be training like champions. They're eating, sleeping and breathing MMA, and they're being pushed to their limits every day.
The idea of this is it's called a cardiac power interval. It's just to strengthen your heart. And the only way to do that is you have to work it really, really hard. 3, 2, 1, go!
Hill sprints are an important part of our conditioning program. It's just one of the best exercises you can do to push your heart rate to its absolute limit.
Keep going, boys, keep going. So that last 30 seconds is the tough part, but that last 30, come on. Come on, Alicia, push. Go 15 seconds, big push.
Also, anything that pushes your heart rate up to the upper limitations, that's a real mental battle. It's good to go through that.
Time. Yeah, make your way down.
Yep. Go, partner. Grab some space. Watch the space. Yeah, start.
Sparring with Dan, honestly, what was going through my head was not even so much just what can I do to like counter it, it's more just how do I get out? How can I just stop getting punched in the face and just move a leg or just get an underhook?
If you get to a side control position, it's done. Or a half guard, they're done. Just start the referee's position again.
Dan is a very, very hard-nosed individual, and he's very hard on those young fellas. He believes for you to be successful, you have to go through a little bit of fire.
A little bit more punching.
When he had me on the ground, he said, start considering packing your bags. Obviously, I know he was just trying to get into my mental state and trying to break me that way. But you just kind of think, like, so many self-sabotaging thoughts. This is way out of my depth. I'm worried that I'm not good enough. So I started training here 11 years ago. We started off doing like sumo, wrestling, and a bit of kickboxing, and then eventually I kind of figured out that I wanted to do MMA. It's like one of the hardest sports on the planet, and it's the most primal. It plays on your mental capacity, it plays on your physical. It's a real test of how mentally resilient you are. The past 4 years I was doing it, there were waves, I would absolutely love it, but then there were dips where I just never wanted to set foot in an MMA gym again. Literally 90% of all my training has been done just with guys. So you're doing all of these moves or the wrestling on the guys and they're not moving, and you really don't know if it's the skill or if it's the strength that's letting you down.
I suppose it's just a natural thing, that self-doubt. Can I do this? Am I ready for it? As a coach, you can believe in your fighters, but it's not until they actually start believing in themselves. When they do believe, something changes.
Takiri mai I te ao. Takiri mai I te pō. Ko taku mana tēnā e tu ake nei.
The first week of the Relentless Fight Camp has been a baptism by fire for these athletes. But their minds are still focused on why they're here, and that's a year-long scholarship on the City Kickboxing professional fight team.
Yes, I would like to win, but I think everyone wants to win, and the competition is tough.
To be honest, it's almost like the make or break. For me, realistically, to come up into Auckland and still be paying all the bills back down there, the scholarship would make that so much easier, so I'll be doing everything I can to get that. Yo.
But for Eugene, the making of a great fighter is more than just the mahi in the gym. It's also about knowing where you're from and respecting the community that came before you.
What are we doing tonight? Are we doing like a private session with Eugene, you reckon, or like a session with the other boys?
Or we can session with everyone else.
It's important to take the guys on trips to showcase the very unique martial arts community in New Zealand. I have a friend of mine trains at the gym, Kara Rickard, who owns a beautiful piece of land with a beautiful story attached to it in Raglan. Well, I thought it would be a great place for us to start.
Tipuki roto, tipuki waho, tipuki te paia, ki te ao marama tihe, mauri ora.
Koroa nei taku whānau, taku pāpā, e whakahaere ana I ngā āhuatanga martial arts ki whaingaroa. Tērā pia toru tekau ngā tau tōku pāpā haere ana, e whakahaere ana I te dojo Kyokushin ke konei. No mātou te tino whakamānoa ki te whakatūwhera I tō mātou whare ki te hunga o CKB.
Mai arara, mai arara. Mai arara te rangi runga nei, mai arara te papairara nei, mai arara te kāhui ari, te kāhui tipoa, te kāhui atua, tikona.
Ko tino ki te au I te wairua ātāhua ki roto I a CKB. Āhua urite ki te wairua o te dojo o tōku whānau. E tūwhera ana te kuaha I ngā wā katoa. Ahakoa no hea koe, ko wai koe, kouru mai koe I hea. He wāhi haumaru, he wāhi, hei āwhina I a koe ki te eke ki tētahi taumata. Teitei.
Nau mai haere mai, nau mai whakaeke mai ki tēnei papa motuhake, e aro kauatu ana ki whaingaro moana, e ngunguru ana I te ao I te pō.
Come to Raglan to do a little bit of training, and the whole Relentless group come down today, Eugene, a few other guys from the gym. getting out of the hotel room and the gym and, you know, doing it in a different space, different place. And yeah, just making it something new, that sort of is exciting.
No mātou te whakamanoa ki te whakatūwhera I tēnei whare kia koutou. E te iho pumanua Eugene, mauria mai o toa.
Pai hoki te tūtaki e nei toa, e nei kai whawhai, e pakanga ana mō tēnei mea whakahirihira me ke I roto I tēnei hotaka.
Te mati here o te aroha.
Yeah, it was my first New Zealand welcome to country, which is pretty cool. It's like we're the traditional owners of the land, sort of welcoming you into their country.
Mai, manuhiri, tuatahi.
The way we do it back at home is definitely a bit different. I'm from Innisfail, far North Queensland, about an hour south of Cairns. Town's not very big, so as soon as you get out, you're pretty much on farmland. They got about 50 acres here. It's pretty different. You can go out, catch croc, go see snakes, just full of bogans, really. I think I was 7 years old when I first started fighting. Dad started training, and me and my brother Kyle used to go to the gym with him and watch him. And soon enough, we were doing classes.
We were just going to Brisbane for our family holiday, and we seen there was a junior MMA competition. So I asked the boys if they want to go in it.
After my first fight, I knew, like, I'm going to do this sort of thing. Well, I went to MMA Worlds at the end of last year, 6 fights in one day. That was a bit of a gig, eh? It's a bit tough. So I made all the way to the finals and won against some pretty tough dudes.
1, 2. Kieran, you go with numbnuts.
Brody, he's a very, very good developed fighter. He comes from an isolated community and he's made do with the best that he has available, which is very much what we do as well.
Put any Kiwis yet?
Nah.
See, that's
Actually,
one.
yeah, I have.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You lost that?
Nah.
Okay, get ready. 5!
Training with my brother and me coached by my dad, it's still got me pretty far. But I'm definitely excited to having a full team support around me. I'm hoping I'm able to, you know, push that a little bit harder.
I think we might just stay down here for the week. Yeah, we'll just disappear.
Yeah, you're welcome to go for a swim if anybody wants to go for a kohoi.
Marky, go for a swim.
Go for a swim now.
Hard enough. Oh, these guys are used to the heat, these Aussies.
We'll have to get the boys to lay down the whittle.
Yeah.
Let's go, eh?
I ngā tau kua pahure ake nei, I au e mātakitaki ana ki te hunga.
I will if you will. Everyone's got to do it then.
Kua whai I tēnei huarahi, a ki roto I te dojo a tōku pāpā, ki roto I te dojo a CKB. He huarahi e tino whakatipu I te tangata.
Kieran's doing my swim for me. Hey, brother.
Ia koe e whakangungu ane e whakahara tau ana. Ka kite I tō ake maia I roto I e rā mahi ua. Aha koa he whare atu, he whare whakakaha tinana. Kai reira te wairua o te whanaungatanga, te manaakitanga, e mehe mea ka uru koe ki roto I te rā ropu. He rawe.
All right, team, everybody hold hands, make a line. You guys are on a whole journey. Now that you're holding hands, you know you'll never be alone because someone's right next to you. So when you're getting deep in the corner, just remember someone's got you.
I'm very happy with where the gym is now in terms of its culture and everybody's attitudes towards one another.
All right, on the count of 3, you're going to go under together.
Will you go of your hands?
No, you never let go of your family, bro. 2, 1, and go down.
When people talk about, you know, oh, you guys are this big international sports team and stuff, that's not our first association for sure. It's just us and a bunch of very close friends.
Makes you feel alive, eh, my Aukies?
And that's what those people can look forward to for the next 8 weeks.
go.